Hello, this is Pancake Turtle here with another video, and this is slightly different than I would normally be doing. I am reviewing the two consoles coming out for next generation, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So let's get to it. First off, we have the Xbox One, which has a Blu-ray player, which is a great upgrade from the previous generation, and it also has a built-in DVR. Interesting. And the DVR is something that basically records your screen and the audio and your voice. And basically, this is what a lot of people do record their Xbox gameplay. And normally, you would have to go out to the store and buy yourself about $150, Elgato to record your gameplay. But now, you hit a button on the remote and it records, and it comes with the console, which is going to be great. Okay, for the RAM, we have 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, which is the standard speed RAM that you'll find in, everyday computer. Next off, we have the CPU, and this is going to be an 8-core Microsoft custom CPU running at 1.6 gigahertz. Next, we have the storage, which is going to be a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now, this is a big step up from what it was before, which was only 250 gigabytes. This is double the size. Now, what I would like is if Microsoft had several different models to choose from, like a 250 gigabyte Xbox One, 500 gigabyte Xbox One, and a 750 gigabyte Xbox One. And now, what Microsoft is trying to do with the Xbox One is turn it into, it's not going to only be a gaming console the next generation. They're trying to change it into something that's everything in one. See, they're trying to replace your cable box, your screen recorder, all that stuff. Okay, so next we have the graphics. Now, what the graphics card is for the Xbox One is going to be it's going to be comparable to the Radeon HD 7790. And this is pretty high performance card. It costs about $150, and it's comparable to a if you're a NVIDIA guy, it's comparable to a GTX 560, a 660, not a 650 or a 650 Ti, which is a big step up. Okay, and now we have the Xbox One remote, and the Xbox One remote is not too different from the current gen remote. It's only slightly bulkier. I mean, it looks pretty sturdy, which is a good thing. It says there are apparently 40 new improvements or updates to the remote. The battery pack is no longer sticking out of the back, and it doesn't look like an ugly piece of crap coming out. Also, we do not see a touchpad on this remote. So it looks like the PlayStation 4 is going to be the only console with a touchpad on the remote. I mean, I guess you could say the Wii U does, but who plays that? And also, something revolutionary to the Xbox One remote. It is also going to have, I don't know how to say this, but the thumbsticks are going to be able to react to the game that you play. The game developers can program in the resistance from the thumbsticks. So say, like, you're crawling on the ground in the video game because you got shot in the leg or something like that. Well, they can make it harder for you to push in the thumbsticks, not the thumbsticks, the triggers, that's going to make it a more realistic experience for everybody, I think that's going to be good. Also, as you can see, the buttons are slightly different colors. The remote is just altogether an improvement of the current gen remote. No, nothing changed because personally, the current Xbox 360 remote is a very good remote. It fits perfectly to your hands, and the thumbsticks are in perfect locations and all that. I just think it's a great remote. And now we have the Kinect 2.0 for the Xbox One. And this is just going to be, yet again, a very large improvement over the current gen Kinect. And now what this is going to feature better motion tracking, heartbeat tracking. I don't know why that would need to detect your heartbeat for some reason. I have no clue how it does that, but that's cool. And also, it features a wider angle 1080p camera. So if you want to record a video from that, you'll be recording in full HD, which is going to be a pretty great improvement. Also, the motion tracking has been featured to be much better. They showed us a short clip in the Xbox One reveal, which seemed like the motion tracking was going to be just a greater improvement over the current gen Kinect. Okay, so next we have the PlayStation 4, and as many people have anticipated, it is also going to have a Blu-ray drive, which is kind of obvious because the PlayStation 3 had one too. It also has a built-in DVR, and this is where the specs start to shine for the PlayStation 3. For the PlayStation 4. Wow, I'm derping today. Instead of having 8 gigabytes of your standard RAM that, in everybody's computer, it's going to have 8 gigabytes of high performance GDDR5 RAM. Now, this is the kind of RAM that you'll find in graphics cards, like my NVIDIA GTX 660 has 2 gigabytes of this stuff in it. And this is not your everyday RAM. This is designed to be much faster than DDR3, which is great. It's going to allow the PlayStation 4 to load up things very quickly. It's just going to be a much more smooth experience. Okay, next we have the CPU, and the PlayStation 4 is going to have a x86 AMD Jaguar processor with 8 cores running at 1.6 GHz. The Xbox and the PlayStation 4 processors are relatively the same. They're going to pretty much have equal performance, and comparable to your everyday CPU, they're going to be about half the performance of the current generation i7 processors. Next, we have the storage, and now the PlayStation 4 storage is not yet determined. We don't know anything about that yet, except that the only thing we know about the storage for the PlayStation 4 is that there's definitely going to be cloud storage like there is now, which is great. Next, we have the graphics card, which is a bit better than the Xbox One's. It's similar to a Radeon HD 7870, which is a mid-range card. It costs around $200, and I mean, it's a nice card. It's similar to a GeForce GTX 660 or GeForce GTX 660 Ti. And, well, this is going to be a very large step up from the current gen consoles. Okay, so now the PlayStation 4 remote is going to have a touchpad built into the remote, which I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it's going to make web browsing and all that very easy because it's going to be a touchpad on your remote, which basically is the same thing as a trackpad on your laptop, just a little bit smaller so it can fit on the remote. Now, what they're doing with the remote is that they're making it slightly bigger, and the handles are going to be larger, which is good. This is another thing that I think is going to be great, because the current gen remote controls for the PlayStation 3 I think are a little bit small, and they could use some serious improvements. It is also going to have the PlayStation Eye built into it, which is basically the PlayStation Move next generation. And now, so the remote is going to have a light on the back of it, which is basically the new PlayStation Eye tracking, what the PlayStation Eye is going to track. And now what this allows you to do is when you have a friend over and you're playing split screen, and say, I don't know, you switch places in the room, the split screens can change to where you are. So say you're in the left chair and your split screen's on the right chair. Well, then it automatically changes the split screens over so they're on the right side and you can see the screen better, which I think is a good idea. Okay, guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and, well, I'll see you guys later. Oh, and one more thing. I think I personally am going to buy the PS4 because I think it has better it's just better than the Xbox One. Leave your opinion in the comments saying what console you would like to buy. Well, I'll see you guys later. Pancake Turtle out.